Our good friend and former winner of that great award, D. Ray Wilson Award, is Claire Oleas, 847-888-9988 for an appointment. She is your chiropractic friend, and give her a call. And again, as always, Laura Dion-Jones, you're the perfect posture there for our YouTube camera.
I can't tell you how much she helps me.
Exhibit A, officer, right there. Nicely done. Fresh from a new knee, and your back has never been better. So congratulations. Also, the Taylor YMCA. Would you like to swim? You're a good swimmer, aren't you? You learned in school.
I could always learn more.
Refresher course for you, my dear. You can join the swim team. And you can do that right at the Y. They're located at 50 North McLean Boulevard. And they, of course, are also 847-888-7410. That's the Taylor YMCA. And Diva, speaking of Ys, the YWCA and their leader luncheon, you're going to have a tea next week, aren't you?
Yes. Deirdre's going to come on next Wednesday, talk a little bit about the leader luncheon tea, and then...
On the 12th is the event.
And then the event, and I'm one of the nominees.
29 nominations, you're one.
I'm one.
You and Tanya are in the communications department.
Tanya in the communications, yes. I'm very honored, and we'll have more about that.
And here's another tie-in with Mr. Bush, because remember we talked about this time. Barbara Bush was the speaker at the leader luncheon in 1991. 20 years almost to the date that his son was in town, her son was in town. It was like 20 years and one day. She was right there.
What do you know?
And that was Barb Bush.
Well, and another tie-in to your leader luncheon tea, that was originated by Donna Anderson, one of the nominees for our prayer breakfast.
It is a small world, is it not?
Wow.
We rehearsed this, didn't we, in the green room? Nice
job. No, we didn't lie.
It all goes together.
And I'd like to give a special big thanks to Snob Hounds and Casey Tool, weekly sponsors of ours, without whom our show would not be possible. You're listening to the Laura Dion-Jones Show in WRMN, 1410 AM. And now it's time for us to hear from Erin Sullivan Schaefer, Regional Director of the Fox Valley American Cancer Society, and she's here to fill us in on their upcoming fundraiser, Walk and Roll. And, we all think we know exactly what the American Cancer Society does, but do we really know what they do for sure? There are a lot of ways people can choose to help fight cancer, and there are a lot of walks for cancer. Why would you, Erin, encourage people to join Walk and Roll? What is different about this event?
Well, hello. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Thank you. I'm sorry I just jumped right into things here because it's 3:35 and...
No, that's great. That's great. Yeah. No, Walk and Roll is an amazing event. There are certainly lots of walks that people can participate in. Some of them are very long. Some of them are many days long. This event is unique in that you can choose to do a 15-mile bike or a 10-mile inline skate or a 5-mile walk. It's unique in that we've got families that come out to this event. You see strollers and wagons. People of all ages are out there. They do their fundraising however they can. We encourage everyone to raise at least $100, and we help to support them through a variety of different ways, our online fundraising and giving them tools and tips and tricks. And then they come out to the event and just have a great day.
Can I bring my two dogs in the stroller?
Right, exactly. It's a great event. It's really family-friendly. And then afterwards, right there at Festival Park in downtown Elgin, we have a picnic when everyone's done. They come on out. We've got a band playing, and it's just really a great time.
How does the American Cancer Society use the money raised through the events like Walk and Roll?
Yeah, I love that you asked that question. We have a lot of different areas that we try to spend our money and spread it around. Relay for Life, Walk and Roll, those are American Cancer Society events that people often hear about. And the great thing is the money goes to support all different kinds of cancer. So, if you know someone who's had a very rare cancer or someone who's had prostate cancer, these walks do help to benefit them. There are really 4 ways that we like to say that we help to create a world with more birthdays and less cancer. And we do that through really helping people to stay well. That is helping them to exercise and understand nutrition and know what tests they need to get and to avoid tobacco and the sun, those kinds of things. We help people get well. So if there's already a diagnosis, we support those family members, the caregivers, the folks going through cancer treatment by providing them with resources, information, guidance, and connection to area services and support that they might need to help get through a day, a week, a month, or years of treatment. We also help to find cures. We are the second largest funder of cancer-related research, just behind the United States government. We have a nearly 100-year history of really providing funding for supremely cutting-edge and outstanding research that goes on. We've funded 44 Nobel Prize-winning researchers over our, like I said, nearly 100-year history. So we've been at the forefront of every major cancer research discovery. It's really quite astounding when you look at it. And then finally, we help people to find ways to fight back. For those who've known someone with a cancer diagnosis, or maybe they've experienced a loss due to cancer, it can really be, it can deal a huge blow, and they want to find meaning in that. They want to find a way to fight back against something that they feel has taken from them, and fight back and really help those to maybe get through their diagnosis or to prevent it in someone else's life.
Mm-hmm.
And by volunteering, by supporting these events through fundraising, and helping us with some of our advocacy issues, this is really how we're moving the marble on the fight against cancer.
So if somebody can't attend the walk and roll on May 7th, they can get involved with the American Cancer Society in other ways.
Absolutely. If someone wanted to find information about how to get involved, they could call either our 800 number, which is 1-800-ACS-2345, and that's ACS as in American Cancer Society, 2345, or log on to our website, which is just cancer.org, or they could even stop by and visit us here at our local office in Batavia. We have a Fox Valley Regional Office located at 143 1st Street in downtown Batavia.
How wonderful. So since May 7th is your walk and roll, where is the starting line, and how can people still sign up and donate even at the last minute? What if somebody wants to come the morning of May 7th? Like, what time does it start, and where's the starting line? And give us the scoop.
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully a lot of your listeners are familiar with the area there. It is in the downtown Elgin area, right next to the Grand Victoria Casino, in a big, open, wonderful field that we call Festival Park.
Right up the street, it is.
Yeah, it's a great, they've really revitalized.
Right on the river. It's a beautiful space.
It's gorgeous. It really is.
And so what time should they be there?
They can be there as soon as 8:30. We can start to get them signed up for the day. And, and then we're going to kick everything off around 9 o'clock, and everybody's just going to have a chance to take their time and complete the walk or the roll, whatever they're choosing.
And what time is lunch?
We're gonna start lunch when everybody starts to get back. Usually it kicks off around 11.
Okay.
We start to get going with that. But yeah, it's a great event. It's non-competitive, but some people choose to go as fast as they can and get through and come back. But it is a lot of fun, and like I said, family-friendly. All goes to a great cause.
What if you can't make the whole 5 miles? I'm going to come with my dogs in a stroller. I'm not up to walking 5 miles yet. I don't know if I will be by May 7th.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, if you wanted to walk just part of the event, or you wanted to come to experience it, you could do that too. It is a non-competitive event, so you could take your time.
You coming?
Go
we'll
have
be
and come back, or whatever feels good to you. That's the great thing about it.
Couldn't her dogs represent her walking?
There you go.
Good, yeah. We could do 1/3 of the loop and then count me 1/3 and each dog 1/3. Okay, good idea. You're going to be there for filming?
Yeah, we'll be. It's a busy day, but it's a great event right at Festival Park, yeah.
Quick, time is running away from us. What else would you like to leave our listeners with?
Well, it's funny that you're talking about dogs, because we do actually have a new cool event called Bark for Life. For those
what a surprise.
Who have furry little friends who maybe don't want to participate in anything longer than a 1-mile lap. And for those folks, we have Bark for Life. That'll take place on August 6th at James O'Brien Park. More information is available on our website, cancer.org. And like I said, that's just a great opportunity for people to come out. There's all sorts of boutique doggy items and doggy caricature artists, and it's just a 1-mile walk with the dogs.
Doggy clothing. I have a doggy clothing company. Just let me interject that. Snobhounds.com. So anyway, Erin, thanks for coming into the studio. Oh, you didn't come into the studio. Thanks for calling in today to tell us about the American Cancer Society's Walk and Roll fundraiser on May 7th, 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 a.m., right? Festival Park. Be there, be square. Sign up, come with $100, and we'll all do the thing. All the best to you, and all the best to those who are participating in the Walk and Roll event for the American Cancer Society, again on May 7th.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. You're listening to the Laura Dion-Jones Show on WRMN, 1410 AM, and let's switch gears for a second while we get Michelangelo Caruso on the phone.
Sure.
Is he on?
No, not yet.
Okay. Listen to this. You ready?
Is this, are we supposed to know who said this?
No, I'm going to tell you something. Who said this? But get the visual.
Okay.
Boundaries are just lines on a map to help you find the one place that lets you ignore them and roam free. And you know what that's from? It just touched me. Maybe it was the drugs from my surgery. I don't know. It's from a Wyoming tourism commercial, the one with the beautiful stallions breaking out of their corral.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't watch that without getting goosebumps. It makes me want to jump on a plane and go there, or maybe road trip.
Yeah, California and Wyoming were based out of. That's great.
I don't know. They have a couple. Wyoming's hitting us hard and heavy with the summer tourism,
Always
and
wonderful.
boy, is it beautiful.
Quick note before you take your next guest of our thoughts with George Rawlinson, who's as strong as they come, but was a bit under the weather the last few days.
Yeah.
He's like an ox, so we wish him well quickly with that, and you've got another guest for us.
Say, Michelangelo Caruso, are you on the phone?
I am.
Calling all the way from Michigan?
I've been enjoying your show, Laura. What a great program you have.
Thank you. We're on every Wednesday. So listen, let's get right to the chase here. You say thinking, speaking, and writing for your success. Describe what you do.
Well, I'm actually a communication consultant, and I primarily deliver leadership and sales training, which has lately been a lot of internet marketing. And if I had to synthesize everything down to one word, it would be persuasion. Because that's really what we do as communicators. Leaders try to persuade, salespeople try to persuade. The internet now, very persuasive.
You know something, of speaking, writing, consulting, which do you like best, personally?
I like the ebb and flow. You know, there's nothing more rewarding than writing a good piece. But I sure miss the audience reaction when I crack a joke on my computer.
I know what you mean. I'm a writer. I know exactly what you mean.
I blogged about this interview, and I said radio is always interesting because I always miss the audience reaction, and it's always good to have a good host like you because, you know, a host that laughs at the appropriate times, right?
I know. Listen, I want to tell our audience before we go any further with your interview, this guy has an outstanding seminar, and it's going to take place Monday, May 2nd. That's this coming Monday from 2 to 4:45 p.m. at Judson University in the Thompson Center. And when I got invited to this through the Rotary Club of Elgin, Laura Bitter invited me. I jumped at the chance. It's called Effective Leadership, How to Get Employees, Customers, and Vendors to Take Action. It's a professional development seminar presented by international author and speaker Michelangelo Caruso, yours truly, who's on the phone with us. But you are going to learn so many things that it is not, you guys wouldn't believe it. How did you get interested in professional development, leadership, and motivation training anyway?
Well, I have an interesting career arc. In my 20s, I spent time on the road with my brothers in a rock and roll band. We did over 2,000. We did over 2,000 musical performances opening for acts like Rick Springfield, Corey Hart, Joan Jett. I didn't know it at the time, but I was getting very valuable experience in front of audiences and becoming familiar with them and familiar in front of audiences. And to this day, I think that's an ace that I can play pretty easily because of all that experience. And I didn't know I was going to become a professional speaker.
How cool.
And then in my 30s, I was a salesperson, inside sales, on the telephone, 50 outbound calls a day trying to sell piece parts for telephone systems. So my 20s, I was in entertainment. In my 30s, I was in the sales industry, telephone sales.
Wow.
And now I'm practicing both, actually, but educating and entertaining, and I love it.
You know, I want you to tell my listeners what really hooked me, besides all the list that you'll learn, things you'll immediately benefit from learning in your seminar Monday. What really cinched the deal for me was when I watched your YouTube. Because Laura sent me from the Rotary, Laura Bitter, the president of Rotary, sent me your YouTube link. Could you please give that to the audience so they could go and see your presentation? Because maybe that would persuade people to come Monday.
I'm not sure which video you saw. There are certainly a lot of them.
15 words, the 15 words.
Okay, so here's how they can get there. Go to youtube.com, everybody. Type in my full name, Michelangelo Caruso. That's Michael. Angelo, as it sounds, and then Caruso, Caruso. And then not too far down in the scroll, you'll see the most powerful 15 words or the most important 15 words. That's the video that we're referring to right now.
It's fabulous. It's a fabulous video. I loved it.
Thank you.
Let me ask you something. How do you suggest we deal with negativity? How do you suggest people deal with negativity?
Well, we have to play over it. It's never going to go away. There's an old axiom that says you can never, ever, ever, that's one never and two evers, change another person. And the harder you try to make people negative people positive, whether you're a leadership position or in a sales position, it's just smarter to understand that they're not going to change, and you're better off working with other people. So you either have to transfer them to another department or help them be more comfortable at another company. If you're in sales, you have to understand that the person's not pre-qualified. They never will be pre-qualified, and you're into at least a 2-step sale, maybe a 3-step sale, and you're better off talking to other people. The problem really becomes difficult is if the negative person is in your family.
Yeah. Then what?
Well, you're best advised to limit your time with that person. I always say never say goodbye to people, but just say hello less often.
That makes sense. I have several people that I would say less often to.
No names.
Thank God for caller ID. What's the fastest way to show interest in someone?
Well, I do a trick live. It plays really well. It's going to be a challenge on the radio, but if you all can imagine moving one of your hands slowly to the lower part of your face, to your chin. This is modeling what Rodin has done in his statue, the thinker pose. And you might say, well, it's impossible that by moving your hand to the lower part of your chin that someone would fall for that transparent trick. But it is a very, very effective way to send somebody a nonverbal cue that you are interested in them.
No kidding.
Yep, and I'll show you live. Anybody that wants to come to this thing on this seminar I'm doing at Judson on Monday afternoon, I'll show you this live, and it is a trick you'll use the rest of your life.
If you have a sudden rash of single women and men signing up for Monday's seminar, I know some of my girlfriends that are going to want this tip and practice in the bars.
In the same way that crossing your arms psychologically moves people away from you, there's got to be a converse of that, right? And the converse is something like moving one hand to the lower part of your face, lightly smiling, nodding your head just a little bit. All of these are great, great tools for becoming more psychologically attractive.
As we sit here, there's a couple people in the studio with their arms crossed in front of their chests. Quickly give us a few speaking tips from the pros. Don't spill all the beans for Monday's seminar, but just give us one or two little tidbits.
Yeah, sure. There are about 6 things you need to do in the first 5 minutes of a presentation. We'll knock off a couple of them right now. One is that you need to teach people something they don't know. What this does is it sets the tone that you're smarter than they are. If you recapitulate or spend too much time ramping up, warming up, they shut off because they figure you've got nothing to teach them. One easy way to do that is to use a statistic. For example, you might say, does anyone know how many words there are in the English language? And, of course, nobody really knows, and very few people actually give this any thought. The round number, the best one I've come up with, is about 1 million words. Well, when you tell somebody there are about 1 million words in their native language and they didn't know it, that's a little aha for them.
No kidding.
That sets the tone for the rest of the talk. Another easy tip you can do right at the very beginning of the talk is to make sure that you get the audience to do something. By do something, I mean write something down, raise their hands, smile,
laugh,
answer something in an affirmation, a yes tone. These are really simple tricks that you can do in the first 5 minutes.
I think that's wonderful. I can't wait till Monday, honest to God.
I look forward to meeting you, too. Thank you very much for having me on today and promoting this great event sponsored by Rotary.
And listen, I have a couple more questions. What's your favorite travel destination?
We live in such a beautiful world. I've spoken in Alaska 4 times.
I love Alaska.
It's a beautiful state, and I don't know that it's my favorite place. I find that who I'm traveling with or who I meet when I go there often wins the day, Laura. I don't know about you.
Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming.
No, I agree with you. You could be practically anywhere if you're with some people or someone that you like or, that you're comfortable even with yourself. That would be the best place to be. What's your proudest achievement?
Well, that's a good one. I'm single and I don't have any kids. The easy answer for a lot of people is that they've had a child. Gosh, I don't know. That's a good one. I really am proud of being a published author. I've got product in Germany. I mean, I'm more than just self-published, although I do favor the self-publishing model. But when I got that book in German, they wanted me to, sign off on it. I can't read German. So I just wrote, it's wunderbar, and I sent it back.
Wunderbar.
I can't read German, but that was a big day, man. I'm proud of that.
Tell me quickly what's next for Michelangelo Caruso.
I'm flying to Alabama to do a big conference. I leave tomorrow morning, and when I come back to Detroit on Sunday, I don't even go home. I just get on another plane, and I come to Elgin, Illinois, and that's what's next for me. I can't wait to do this gig at Judson. Rotary is very close to my heart. I've been a Rotarian for 14 years. It's one of the best things I've ever done with my life.
No kidding.
We have over 100 people coming to this program on Monday, and I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Well, actually, Michael is going to be that keynote speaker for our scholarship luncheon. It's the Rotary's scholarship luncheon. We have 450 kids who are scholars in their 7 area high schools coming to Judson, and he is our keynote speaker. We're thrilled to have you. It's Monday. And then
this
following that, Monday, May
How come I wasn't
2nd,
invited to that?
Well, it's because you have to be a straight A student to get invited, and then you and a parent can come.
I was back in the day.
And then following that, he'll be going over to the Marge Thulin Performance Hall in the Thompson Center, and he'll be giving his session, and we're thrilled to have you on our campus.
I'm delirious. Make sure I get a good seat, will you please?
Will do.
Listen, Michael, thank you for joining us on the air today on the Laura Dion-Jones Show. I look forward to seeing you this coming Monday, May 2nd, at your incredible leadership seminar at Judson University, again, 2 to 5 p.m., and people can still register by calling Lori Bitter of the Elgin Rotary Club at 847-888-2555 or email elginrotary@gmail.com. And give us your YouTube address one more time, because I want people to get hooked on you like I did.
Thank you very much. YouTube.com, and then type my full name, Michael Angelo Caruso, into the search bar. You can also find me at michaelangelocaruso.com.
It's the 15 words YouTube thing. You guys are going to love it. Thanks for coming on. We got a dash. You're listening to the Laura Dion-Jones Show, and I hope we have you on again.
Thank you. What a pleasure.
Take care.
Bye, Laura.
Bye-bye. See you Monday.
Yeah.
And listen, on that note, we'd like to thank everyone for being with us today. My gang. Oh, I know I have a few minutes. Okay. I have a lot to say. You know me, I'm Diva's long-winded here.
Are you getting more ammunition? It sounds to me like this guy's feeding you with a lot of new tricks, new ammunition. I see you using them as we speak, practicing them, getting tickets to more stuff, asking to be invited here. You're up for another award.
Yeah.
You've been very eventful for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, this has been all showered on me. I mean, I haven't solicited. I mean, I've been nominated by people in the area and people that I've helped.
When have you had time to nurse your knee?
You know, I've squeezed it in. I'll tell you, these last few weeks, there was a lot of veg time.
And you've lost a few pounds.
Oh, yeah. I've lost pounds. I've gotten taller. I wish I had measured with a pencil. You know how they used to do when you were little on the
doors?
The door jamb? The hard woodwork. Around the door. Yeah, and I didn't, and now everybody's coming up to me going, "Oh my God, you look taller!" And well, because I'm straighter and I'm walking straight, and my knee is not crooked, and my hips and pelvis are straight, and things are gonna. I have to learn how to walk all over again because I haven't walked properly in 20 years since my ski injury. So this is a challenge. I might be making light of the whole thing, and but the therapy yesterday, I was just screaming my eyeballs out. They killed me yesterday, but they have to, because they want results. And
you're a tough chick.
I'm a tough chick. I'm one of his star patients. I'm probably his most star patient in that I'm so hyper motivated with what I do, with Commit to Get Fit and Elgin's Biggest Loser and everything. You know how it is.
I know.
So listen, I want to thank my gang, Jeff, Mike, Valerie, the Swan. And thank you, Mary Doolabom, again, from Judson University. I love having you on as a guest.
Thank you so much for having me. I love to tell you about what's going on at Judson, and we welcome you every day and any day. Laura, come to campus.
Call me when you have things going on.
Okay.
And Aaron Sullivan Schaefer, thank you, from the American Cancer Society of Fox Valley. And don't forget to support their Walk and Roll fundraising event, Walk and Roll, on May 7th. Thanks for coming into the studio to talk with us today. And a special thanks to Michael Angelo Caruso, who will be in town this coming Monday, May 2nd, for an incredible leadership seminar at Judson University from 2 to 5 p.m., again sponsored by the Rotary Club of Elgin, and I will be there. And, of course, thank you to all of our loyal listeners. Next week's guests are a very courageous little 12-year-old girl named Emily Lawhead, who is a youth ambassador for childhood diabetes. Em's been living with type 1 diabetes since she was 4.5, and I promise you this will be a heartwarming and interesting interview. And go to emily'shope.org for a preview of this exceptional young lady. Tracy Ellis will be here to join us to talk about her new post at U46 and her Ladies Who Launch launch. Ladies Who Launch, like rocket launch. Business launch. ladieswholaunch.org. And Deirdre Higgins-White is going to stop in to fill us in on the YWCA's upcoming Leader Luncheon and Tea. So tune in to find out what's shaking here on the Laura Dion-Jones Show every Wednesday afternoon on WRMN, 1410 a.m. from 3 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I got a fly on my paper here. What is this?
It's fly paper.
And it's always, when you turn into Laura Dion-Jones, it's always something interesting, motivational, entertaining, surprising, and most of all fun. Everyone wants to do us to do another internet dating show, this time maybe with the guys, so stay tuned. We'll have a few of them coming up, and a lot of other neat stuff up our sleeves for the future shows. Today's show has been brought to you by
good folks at we call the Taylor YMCA, where you can learn to swim, 888-7410, and also Dr. Clara Leas, 847-888-9988, Diva.
And snobhounds.com. Think Nike meets Donna Karen, but for canines. And thanks again, Casey, for making this show possible. See you next week, same time, 3 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, same station, WRMN, 1410 a.m. And this is the Laura Dion-Jones Show. I am Laura Dion-Jones. Thanks for listening. Bye, American. Thank you, George Bush. Semper Fi, and go Bulls.
Nice.